Well, greetings and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's an important Channel League showdown featuring the Santa Barbara Dons and the Lompoc Braves. I'm Greg Ratcliffe, broadcasting live from the press box here at Houck Stadium, where the 5-2 Braves are set to host the 5-2 Dons. Santa Barbara takes the field tonight on a 2-game win streak, having knocked off San Marcos and San Ynez to start their Channel League campaign. That puts them at 2-0 in league play and tied for first place with their opponent tonight, the Lompoc Braves. Lompoc is on a 3-game win streak of their own, beating St. Joseph prior to opening their league season with wins over San Ynez and Dos Pueblos. So, going into this game, both teams are 5-2 on the year, 2-0 in league, and the winner tonight will find themselves firmly in the driver's seat in the battle for a league championship. I had the opportunity to speak with Braves head coach Andrew Jones yesterday. We spoke about the impressive 56-0 victory over DP last week, the importance of tonight's game, and what we might expect to see from the Dons. Let's listen in to what Coach Jones had to say.
I'm here with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. And Coach, you hosted the Dos Pueblos Chargers last week for homecoming.
For once I wanna be. There's a weakness at the window. Place my footprints in the dark realm. There's lonely voices.
The Dos Pueblos Chargers last week for homecoming and came out with a convincing 56-0 victory. There's lots of positives to talk about. Let's start with offense. That was easily your highest point production of the year. The guys seem to really be gelling right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought obviously Sheldon had a good game, and then I just think, with Carlos Garcia being ready to roll, he's kind of helped anchor the O-line. Him and Jacob on the same side has been a kind of a boost there on the offensive line. And then, Kevin continues to be efficient. Kai and Christian continue to get better. And hopefully Oscar's back this week and we can mix him back in the mix as well.
Yeah, you racked over 450 total yards, just over 300 of those on the ground. It looked like you could do just about whatever you wanted to out there.
DP obviously had some guys that were out, and, I thought the turnovers by the defense was like the offense's best friend, so I thought we started much better. We've been having the penalties and little issues early, and I kept just kind of preaching that all week, like, let's start fast, let's start good. We get the ball, let's go down and score. I thought it worked out well last week.
Yeah, with Oscar out, it seemed like a breakout game for Sheldon Canley. You mentioned previously about how explosive he can be, and he sure showed us that night, especially on that first TD run.
Yeah, he's got another gear. Can't coach it. He's just got it. Sheldon's a great kid. Very soft-spoken, doesn't say much. He's super coachable. Sometimes as a coach, You wish you had 50 of those guys because you deal with a lot of different egos, a lot of different guys. He's unselfish. When he's called upon, he goes out there and does his best, So hopefully he can continue that. He's playing at a high level right now for a sophomore, and he keeps running like that. He's going to keep getting the ball.
Defensively, you notched your first shutout of the year and collected 6 interceptions, like you said, 3 by Joe Schumer, a pair by Luke Gardner. And it seems like Coleman spent more time in the DP backfield than the Chargers did, really. That was pretty impressive on the defensive side.
I thought defensively it was a collaborative effort. Coach Davis, Coach Aguilar had a great plan. DP the last few years has been in a double tight, want to pound you kind of a set. They changed things up with multiple formations, and thought we had a good plan. And I thought Jed played really well. Obviously Joe, Gardner, Leo. It was just a great team effort.
Well as things went that night, I know you're always looking to get better. What did you see that you think needs improvement?
When you go back, you look at the tape, there's just always, little things, fundamental things that we can improve on, whether it's tackling, blocking, but there's always a few things here and there that we could have, improved on. I thought a kickoff team, Aldo, that was probably the one thing that stood out to me. He wasn't getting the deep, touchbacks that he typically gets. So hopefully we can get that squared away this week.
Okay, this week it is the Santa Barbara Dons, arguably one of the stronger teams you'll face in the Channel League. They're 2-0 and tied with the Braves for the league lead after solid wins over San Marcos and Santa Ynez. What do the Dons bring to the field?
Well, I think first, when you think of Santa Barbara, you always think of a high-powered offense, which they do have, but defensively, it's one of the better defensive Santa Barbara teams I've seen in years. Great scheme. They mix up the fronts. They disguise their blitz as well, and they swarm to the ball. They got a lot of great defensive players on the team. Their defensive line is probably one of the better D-lines in the league. We've got to be able to run the ball to keep that offense off the field. Obviously, offensively with Deacon Hill, their quarterback's a stud. He can make all the throws. Their offensive line is much improved, and they got 4 or 5 guys that run great routes that can catch the ball, make guys miss, and score. So for us, our offense has got to be the best defense. We've got to have long, sustained drives. We've got to keep them off the field because they have the ability to score and score fast.
Well, I know there's 2 more games after this one, but a win this week would go a long way towards securing a league championship. And, of course, the Dons know that, too. So this is a big game for both you guys.
Oh, no doubt. I think the writing's on the wall. Everybody knows what's at stake here. I think the bottom line is it's going to come down to execution. Whoever can limit the penalties, whoever controls the clock. And that's one thing Santa Barbara's done the last few weeks that they haven't done in years is run the ball. And they were able to run the ball last 2 weeks. Last year we prepared for them. It was 90% pass. And so we were working on defending the pass, dropping 8, dropping 9 at times, bringing 6, bringing 5 at times. This year's completely different. They're running the ball. And so they're way more balanced than I've seen in years. And so it's got 2 things to worry about instead of 1.
Okay, well, what does the injury report look like for this week?
Wow. I'd say a huge question mark, Malachi, our right guard, is going to be out. Nick Dominguez got hurt in practice. He's going to be out. Oscar Tenario is probably questionable. Leandre Coleman is questionable. He hasn't practiced, and we are beat up. So this time of year, everyone's usually beat up. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. This time of year, league championship type game, everyone's got bumps and bruises. And you got to suck it up. Ryan's been hampered with a little bit of a hamstring, so we've limited him in practice. It's been a very, very, very sketchy week of practice because so many of our studs are out, and you also got to factor in that the offensive player of the year has been out, and a 2-time all-league linebacker, fullback, Randy's been out. So I never thought we'd go into this game with possibly 6 or 7 starters out. So we've got to have other guys step up. It's the bottom line.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, thanks for your time and good luck against the Dons.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lompoc has won the toss. Well, back live now at Hawk Stadium. I'm joined by my tag team partner, the Stepmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, this is a crucial game for both teams with a possible league title in the balance tonight. How do these teams match up this evening?
Well, a lot better than they did about noon yesterday.
Referring, I'm sure you are, to the possibility of having some substantial number of starters out this evening. We have some good news to report. I was going down to the field just pregame, just a little while ago, and speaking to the coaches, and our worst fears are not going to come true. Leandre Coleman will be playing this evening, as will Ryan Morgan, and even number 8, Oscar Tenario, will be back tonight. Got a chance to speak with Oscar. And he said his foot is still a little sore, but he's going to play through it tonight because he wants to be on the field for a big game like this. So that's good news. We are still going to be missing Nick Dominguez and Malachi Fonseca, but those 3 big numbers will be back on the field for us tonight.
And those are big numbers that put up big numbers.
Yep.
And they will be especially important on the defense tonight. This Hill kid from Santa Barbara is big, fairly fast. Big. Did I mention big?
Yeah, big as in 6'4", 225 pounds, referring to Deacon Hill, the quarterback for the Dons.
He can throw, he can run. And the important thing for Lompoc is going to be not just putting pressure on him, but putting him on the ground, and that's going to require the guys on the corners of the defense, the linebackers, particularly Coleman and Tenario, to be able to stand up.
Well, Deacon Hill is actually the leading rusher on this Santa Barbara team, as well as the quarterback. So that's interesting. He's a multi-purpose guy. I understand he's already committed to Wisconsin.
Correct.
So
and perhaps even more importantly, they're committed to him.
Yeah. The Dons won the toss and deferred, so they will be kicking off to start things this evening. The Braves receiving. The Braves in their home grays, if you will. The ones with the numbers that aren't as easy to see, so we'll do the best we can for that.
This is the 38th meeting in this series, which goes back to 1922. Santa Barbara is the second opponent Lompoc has ever played, Santa Maria being first. Santa Barbara won the first 10 until back-to-back 6-man games in the mid-40s during the war, both won by Lompoc, and overall, currently, it is 24-14 in favor of the Braves. So when you consider that they started out with 10 wins in a row, the Braves have kind of owned Santa Barbara. And
kickoff fielded at the 5. Looks like Joker Dickerson gets it across the 15 to about the 17.
Yeah. What a surprise. Joker Dickerson on the return.
Yeah. Well, he's proven to be pretty good at it. And I venture to guess that you, Stapmeister, are the only guy, one of the few people in the world, and the only guy in this box that do all those numbers.
Well, I pulled out the notebook.
So here we go. Braves on offense for the first play of the evening.
11:53 remaining in the first quarter.
Kevin Ross calling the signals for the Braves tonight out of the shotgun for play number 1. And a quick hitter in the backfield.
Was a quick hitter.
Indeed. My gosh, that was... Who was that? The loss back to the 14. Kenley on the carry lost about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Defense immediately in the backfield to make the quick stop before Sheldon could even get his second foot on the ground. So second down and long for the Braves. Lompoc could keep it on the ground. Canley again got back to the line of scrimmage and picked up maybe 1 to the 15.
Fortunate. Get that.
And had to work for that. Third down, 13 to go for the Braves from their own 15. First possession of the night.
Yeah.
And so far,
this defense is going to be stout. They're in a 3-4. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 defensive backs.
Braves 3 receivers to the right here for the Braves, 1 up top. Ross from the shotgun, Canley in the backfield. Back to pass goes Ross, looking deep to the far side. Overthrown, but the flag will come in.
Yep.
Pass interference.
Either pass interference or holding.
Depends on if the ball was in the air or not, but somebody had a fistful of Ryan Morgan's jersey.
Yeah.
And that'll bring a flag every time.
Morgan was running the bye route. As in, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, yep.
And
they're going to march this one out to the 30-yard line. It is pass interference. And a first down for the Braves from there.
Only 15 yards in high school. With automatic first down.
So, 1 wide to either side for Lompoc. We'll go back to the ground game. Straight up the middle. Looks like Canley again, out to about the 33.
That's number 20, Sheldon Canley on the carry.
Last week was kind of a breakout game for Sheldon Canley.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
There were a couple times he looked like he was breaking out of prison.
He does seem to have an extra gear. Hasn't been able to utilize that so far this evening. They've kind of bottled him up at the moment. 2nd down and 6 from the Brave 34-yard line. Canley again gets about a yard this time.
Mm-hmm.
They're working him hard so far this evening. Be interesting to see with that sore shoulder that Coleman has, where they put his emphasis.
Yeah. Well, they've been playing him mostly on defense anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 3rd down and 5. Draw play. Up to the 40. Should be enough for a first down right across the 40-yard line. Canley again find a little bit of a seam off a left tackle and picks up 6 when he needed 5. Yep. That'll move the chains for the Braves. First down, Lompoc.
Stumbled a bit after he got the ball and still managed to stay upright, keep his forward momentum, and move the chains.
First down, Braves. The ball just across the Lompoc 40. Approaching 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. A scoreless game so far from Hawk Stadium. 2 receivers to the left for Lompoc. Ross, hands off. Flag comes down. The play goes out to midfield.
Yeah, over on the far side. Going to be just short of the first down, I think.
But this one's going to come back via a hold on the Braves.
And Oscar gets gypped again. Oscar Tenorio had a nice run, and that's probably about the...
He's had a handful 15th, of those called back, yeah.
15th or so.
Move the ball back to the 29. Still first down. First and about 21-ish for Lompoc.
8:53 remaining in the first.
2 receivers to the right, 1 up top for the Braves.
Still scoreless.
Ross takes a little handoff, a little quick pass out to the left, complete, tackled at the 36-yard line.
That was number 9, Christian
Duarte Tenorio on the catch, tackled right away.
Yeah, he's been turning into a pretty good possession receiver for the Braves.
Yes, he has. Second down, about 15 now for Lompoc.
Pickup of around 6.
I want to take a moment and welcome all our folks down in Santa Barbara, the Dons fans tuning in to KPEGradio.com tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy the game. Ross looks right, throws left, complete.
Screen pass, but...
and the Dons defense all over that one.
Yeah.
For probably no gain, back to the line of scrimmage.
They were camped on that one.
Yeah. They saw that one all the way. It'll be a 3rd down.
It was
Passes complete
40,
to
David
Oscar
Ramirez, who slid out there and covered that.
Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Braves.
Third down and a long 15 for Lompoc from their own 35. 7:40 left here in the scoreless first quarter. First possession of the night for either team. Braves running a lot of clock, haven't gained a lot of yards.
No.
Ross back to pass, good protection. Plenty of protection. Now rolls to the left and gets tackled by the ankle.
Yeah.
And down at about the 38.
Showed good pocket awareness, but he is not nimble of foot currently.
Definitely had good protection there at the beginning of that play. Then broke down, had to break away, and got tripped up. So it'll be 4th down and about
Pick up
14.
2 or 3.
And the Braves will be forced to punt on their first possession of the evening. One man deep for the Dons back at the 30.
Nice high kick.
They're out of bounds at about the 30 on the far sideline. In fact, Jackson Gonzalez was back there to bring that back if he had the opportunity. So the Dons will start their first possession of the evening at the 31-yard line. That's where they'll put it. 1st and 10 for Santa Barbara with 6:49 remaining here in the first quarter. So the Braves ate up about half of that first quarter and come up empty. See what the Dons can do. They've got a 3-receiver set. 1 right, 2 left. They'll start on the ground. A little bit of a seam out to the 33.
That was number 22, Ty Montgomery.
Ty Montgomery on the carry for the Dons. Number 22 out to the 34.
Montgomery is the leading running back for the Dons. Jed Rance on the stop, number 56, the middle linebacker. Montgomery, number 22, is not had a whole lot of yardage in the 4 games that Santa Barbara has online, the stats.
Another running play right up the middle out to the 38.
Hill on the keeper.
Well, they'll mark it back at the 36. Must have touched a knee somewhere.
Yeah. Doesn't have anything other than the bottom of your feet or your hands.
3rd down, about 5 for the Dons from the 36-yard line. As Mike mentioned, the stats are a little bit incomplete for the Dons. We'll give you what we have, but they're a couple of games out of date, I think.
And we have a flag. Either somebody moved or they took too much time. And they're moving Santa Barbara back 5.
False start.
Flag signal is a false start against the Dons.
So move it back to the 31. That'll cost them 5 yards. 3rd down and considerably longer than it used to be. Now 3rd and 10.
5.5 minutes to go.
And looks like the Dons are going to call timeout. Indeed, with 5:24 remaining here in the first quarter, we have our first timeout of the evening in a scoreless game from Houck Stadium. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. I want to thank one of our sponsors while we have a moment, our good friends Rick and Lisa Frederick at Frederick Quality Plumbing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here in the press box tonight. We appreciate your support of local sports and local hometown radio. Frederick Quality Plumbing. So a quick timeout it was. We are right back to action. The Dons will come out with 3 receivers up to the right.
1 back and next to Hill.
Deacon Hill from the shotgun. Plenty of protection. Has all day. Throwing deep down the middle to a man who's all by himself at the 30. And I mean all by himself. 15 yards away from everybody. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Dons. Oh, my gosh. I've never seen a receiver that open in my life. But after the play is over, there are 2 flags in the end zone. And that's probably going to be a taunting of some sort.
Several flags on the play.
My goodness, that was as open as you can possibly be. Touchdown, good. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Braves. No, about to Dons. Sorry. Okay, so that'll be enforced on the kickoff. I believe there was a bit of a spike on that one afterwards. But,
yeah, he was
with a little too much enthusiasm, apparently.
He was lonely back there, and he had to wait for the ball a little bit, or he would have been even more wide open. He had the potential of being 25 yards beyond everybody.
Kick is up and good. So with 5 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the first, the Dons are on the board to start things. They're up 7-0 over the Braves. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. Who was it that caught that pass, Mike?
I didn't see him.
I was hoping you did, because I didn't. I was so busy being stunned that he was so open, I couldn't catch his number.
He was too far away for us to get that number right.
Third and 10, you think we'd have some defensive backs ready for us?
Yeah.
Well, we know how important this game is, and we talked to some coaches pregame down on the field on the sidelines, and they knew how important this one was as well. Mm-hmm. And
Braves are playing a bunch of youngsters, and
that was
definitely blown coverage.
That was one of the question marks that we had. I talked to Coach Chironis pregame as well, and one of the question marks that people had out there was whether the Braves secondary was going to be able to hold up under this. And so far, it's looking a little vulnerable.
I haven't seen anything like that since the fourth quarter against Rigetti.
I don't even want to go there.
I don't think anybody does, right? Ball blows off the tee. I'm sure the listeners around the area are shocked that there may be some wind.
A little breeze here in Lompoc Valley? Come on.
Here at Houck.
Goodness. Unheard of. So we'll tee this one up and try it again. Kicking off from the 35 after the penalty. 25, excuse me. Fielded at the 18. One little cut and a slip, and tackled at the 30-yard line goes Joker Dickerson.
Number 10, Bill Dickerson.
So the Braves will take over at their own 30, finding themselves trailing 7-0, just over halfway through the first quarter of action.
We'll see if the Braves can keep their composure.
Ball on the near hash. Lompoc will send one receiver wide to either side. Got two backs in the backfield along with Kavanaugh. Don't make that one. It's Canley back there. Quick pass to this side, incomplete. That one's
threw it behind Daniel.
Kylan Daniels. Yeah, a little bit off the mark. Second down from the 30. Remember, Kavanaugh's just a freshman, and really he's a very notable improvement over the course of the season.
Yeah.
He's going to be a good one. 2nd and 10. We'll go back to the ground. Canley will take it. Spins off a left tackle and gets about 2. It'll be a 3rd down and 8 from the 32-yard line. Clock running, 4:45 left here in the first. It's a 7-0 Santa Barbara lead.
All indications this is going to be a pretty quick game. If they can figure out a way to keep Mr. Harris and his zebra-striped compatriots.
Zebra-striped compatriots.
With their hankies in their pockets.
3rd and 8 for the Braves. 2 receivers to either side. Ross back to Pat. One man deep at the 35. That's Gonzalez again. This one could be returnable. It's going to take a nice Santa Barbara bounce and roll out of bounds on the far sideline. Close to midfield. Looks to be about the 48.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. The 1st and 10.
So Santa Barbara was going to have excellent field position to start this possession at their own 48-yard line with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left here in the first quarter and a 7-0 Dons lead.
Back up bounce of about 8 yards on them.
The Dons will send one receiver to the right, two here to the near side, one in the slot. Hill from the shotgun. They'll try the ground game again. Nothing happening this time. Straight up to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That was number 28,
Justin Perez on that carry. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it for second down and 10.
Gain of a skosh makes it second and a short 10.
Our first official skosh of the night from PA announcer Tom Gerard. All credit to Tom for that one. Second and 10. Looking to pass. Throwing deep down the near side on his double coverage. And he catches it in between two defenders and is tackled at the 10-yard line. That was Dakota Hill making up for that interception that he dropped.
Santa Barbara first down at the 8.
Hauls that one in between two Lompoc defenders. Not quite sure how he managed to do that, but a great job. And the Dons are set up first and goal at the Lompoc 8-yard line.
Well, they had a couple guys that thought they were going to get a pick and then didn't defend the ball.
So a couple of big passes by the Dons, one for a touchdown and one for a big chunk of yardage that puts them first and goal at the 8.
About 40 yards.
Two receivers to the right side, one here to the near side. That's Hill here on the Lompoc sideline. Little slant pass complete to Hill. Did he get in? No, they're calling him just short of the half-yard line. Dakota Hill with the catch on the slant. Tried to reach the ball over the plane, but apparently part of his body hit the ground before he could do so. So it'll be second and goal from inside the 1. Deacon Hill and the Dons up to the line without a huddle. It'll be a QB keeper straight up the gut. Is he in? No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Dons.
That's number 10, Deacon Hill with the quarterback keeper for a Santa Barbara touchdown.
I was wondering, that was kind of the obvious call at 6'4", 225 from 3 feet away. Give it to the big guy and tell him to go get it. And he did. 2:17 left here in the first, and the Dons are up 13-0 with the point after coming up.
Mm-hmm. And they have definitely been able to make the big plays.
Ty Montgomery to do the kicking, and we'll have a stoppage of play here all of a sudden.
Had a Santa Barbara player running on the field late.
And now we'll get back to action. Montgomery's been very efficient on the year with his PATs and his field goals, and he's good again with this one. So we've got 2 minutes, 17 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Dons have jumped out to a 14-0 lead over the hometown Lompoc Braves. Mm-hmm. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. My goodness.
I'll bet we have some sponsors we could talk about.
Yeah, we do. We've got the Surf Connection that has been so kind to us over the years, and they were kind So to recap, it is 2nd down and 9. The Braves are at their own 40-yard line. Quick pass to Ryan Morgan, complete at the 45, swarmed by about 3 white jerseys right there. Picked up about 5, but it'll be a 3rd down and 4 to go.
He was a very popular individual very quickly.
Yes, he was. It's 14-0. The Santa Barbara Dons are leading, and the Braves are faced with a 3rd down and 4 from their own 45. We've got 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. And the Braves have been pretty ineffectual on offense so far in the first 12 minutes. One receiver wide to either side. Kevin Ross.
Ooh.
Handoff quickly tackled in the backfield. That's Canley? No, who is that? Show me your number, kid. Oscar.
And Ramirez was in there in a flash.
Loss of a couple back to the 40, no, to the 44. Loss of 1. It'll be 4th down and 6. And yet another punting situation for the Braves.
Yeah. They have been able to get nothing going running the ball. Right.
High, short kick. Fair catch. Nope. Can let this one bounce. Takes a nice Lompoc roll. We go inside the 25 to about the 22. And with that, the buzzer will go off and end the first quarter. 12 minutes in the books here at Houck Stadium, and it's the Santa Barbara Dons 14, the Lompoc Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. I wouldn't call this shocking, Mike, but it's surprising.
It's certainly concerning.
The Braves have been able to do nothing on offense. I think they got 1 first down, and that was by penalty.
Yeah.
Other than that, they have just not been able to move the ball at all.
Of course, if it had not been for that penalty, I think Ryan Morgan might still be running.
He did have a step, or he would have.
Looks like he was pulling a trailer there for a bit.
Well, we will turn around and go the other way. The white jersey Santa Barbara Downs moving now from left to right on your radio dial, with a 1st and 10 from their own 22. Deacon Hill from the shotgun. Screen pass to the far side, complete. Picked up a block or 2. Picks up a nice little lane on the far sideline and all the way out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Pass from Deacon Hill, complete to number 22.
Ty Montgomery on the catch and run. There is a flag, however, back at the 27. Looks like this one's going to come back. Official call is holding Santa Barbara. March that one back to the 16-yard line, and they get a real nice play that would have put them around the 45. So that one cost about 30 yards overall. Any good news for the Dons is it's still 1st down, but 1st down and 16. A little draw play this time and get a little room out to the 17, maybe about a yard.
Very little room.
That was number 22.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and about 15 now for the Dons. Just underway here in the second quarter. Santa Barbara with a 14-0 lead over the hometown Braves.
Arias stopped him for a 1-yard gain. Nice.
3 receivers to the right. Deacon Hill looking to pass. Plenty of time, throws down the middle. And this one is broken up at the 40-yard line, intended for Dakota Hill.
Almost intercepted.
Dickerson able to get back there and break that one up. And I'll tell you what, DeVille Joker Dickerson is fun to watch. The guy's got a motor and he flies all over the field.
Not real big, but
No, not at all. Joker is 5'10", 165. Compared to his opposite number 10 on the other side is 6'4", 225. So Joker's not a big guy, but boy, he's fast and he's fun. Inside screen complete and tackled immediately at the 20. That was Jackson Gonzalez on the catch.
That was number 11, Jackson.
And the Braves defense comes up with a stop.
Pickup of a few. Call it 3.
Fourth down and about 12 for the Dons, and they will punt this one away.
We just get the formation to do so, and Dickerson is back at the Lompoc 45 for return.
And he's dangerous back there if he gets an opportunity. Kick is away. Low liner kick. Dickerson will take it at the 44. Gets to midfield and gets thrown down at that point. Return to about 5 or 6 for Dickerson. Depends on where they end up putting it. 10:33 left in the second quarter. It's 14-0 Dons. And Lompoc will take over first and 10 at their own. Right at the 50.
And if they can punch this in, that would go a long way towards righting the ship. 10:33 to go in the second.
Well, that's the shortest field they've had to work with tonight. Let's see if the Braves can capitalize. So far, they haven't been able to get a whole lot going on offense.
No.
2 receivers wide, 1 to either side. Kevin Ross from the shotgun. We see Levon Coleman in the backfield for the first time. We'll fake to him. Ross throwing deep. This one's going to be picked off at the 25-yard line and tackled immediately.
Throw into double coverage.
That was number 3, I believe. Yes, number 3. Liam Tormey with the pick. And what started out as good field position for the Braves results in a turnover going the Dons away. And all of a sudden it's first and 10 Santa Barbara from their own 27. So that possession didn't last long. 1 play, 1 pass, and 1 turnover. 2 receivers to either side this time for Santa Barbara. A little ground action here. Number 28, Justin Perez, trying to find some room on the far side. Gets to the 29 is about all.
That was number 28, Justin Perez.
2-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 29. Clock running, 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. The Dons lead 14-0. And have possession after a Brave turnover. 4 receiver set, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. They'll throw the screen complete out to the far side and advance out to about the 35-yard line.
About 1.5 yards short of the first down.
Pass from Deacon Hill is complete to Justin Perez once again.
Perez on the catch and run. He'll get to the 34 is where they'll put it. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and about 3. Fairly nice contingent of Dons fans across the way in the visitor stands, by the way, making the trip up the coast. On a chilly evening here in the Lompoc.
Looking at the possibility of a league championship. They haven't had one of those since 2012.
Pass on the far side, incomplete.
Threw it behind the receiver cutting across the middle. And
Moki Nakario, I believe, was the intended receiver. And another 4th down for the Dons. 4th and 3 from their 34, and they will wind up to punt. This is like deja vu all over again. Yeah. Dickerson back to receive again for the Braves, standing about his own 30. And kicker rolls right, kicks this one away, and fair caught at the 30 by Dickerson. So no harm, no foul on the turnover by the Braves. It did end up costing them 20 yards in field position, however. They'll start at their own 30 this time. 1st and 10 with 8:56 remaining till halftime. Santa Barbara leading the Braves 14-0 here at Hawk Stadium. Greg Ratcliffe here with Mike Loney. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio maintaining the stream. Glad you can join us wherever you are this evening.
I didn't realize Bill was a conservationist.
Gavin Ross keeps it himself. Gets out to about the 34-yard line and takes a nice hit for his trouble.
One of his better runs of the season.
4 yards. Out to the 34. We'll make that 2nd and 6 for Lompoc. Two receivers here to the short side of the field. Tight formation. Tenario gets the carry. He'll get run out of bounds after a short gain.
Tenacious Tenario, really.
Good to see him back out on the field. I know that foot was pretty sore.
And he picks up maybe 3.
And he's got a noticeable limp.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be
Gonna be 2nd and 2 for the Braves.
3rd down and 2 for Lompoc from the 38.
We'll pick up a 4 on him.
Kevin Ross under center. High formation. Ball is loose a little bit. But Coleman will get his first carry of the night, I think. And get across the 40 to the 41. Just enough for a first down.
Yeah.
That was almost a disaster. The snap was on the ground.
If this was rugby, that would have been a knock-on and turnover. But,
Ross able to scoop it up and get the handoff into the hands of Coleman, who gets enough to move the chains. First down, Braves from the 41. Again, Ross under center. Again, Coleman on the carry. Cuts it to the outside and picks up about 7 yards for his knocked out of bounds. Shoulder looks to be okay. He's not shying away from contact, that's for sure.
7-yard pickup takes it 2nd and 3 for the Braves.
2nd down, 3 for Lompoc from their own 48-yard line.
a little one-on-one action there.
One tackles one.
Pickup of, what's that?
Coleman again. Across midfield and down to the Santa Barbara 45-yard line. There's a little bit of a determination I'm seeing from the Braves right now. It's trying to light a fire. Gets a little momentum going on. First down, Braves from the Dons 45. 7:35 and counting left here in the second quarter. Santa Barbara leading 14-0. Lompoc getting a little bit of movement here on offense.
Coleman is a little bit of a different critter.
And whistles stop this play. I think it got underway, but they're blowing it dead.
Yeah.
And this will be timeout, Santa Barbara. Called before the snap. That is their second. The Dons will have one timeout remaining before halftime. It's 1st and 10 Lompoc from the Santa Barbara 45-yard line with the Dons leading 14-0. 7:26 remaining here in the second quarter. In a crucial game for both teams.
That's one of the things about this Lompoc team is if they have all the parts healthy, they can do a number of different things.
This is one of the more well-balanced Braves teams I've seen in quite a few years.
And one of the things they can do pretty well is feed you Mr. Coleman left, right, and center and make you like it.
But coming into tonight, the Braves had, get this, 1,134 yards passing, 1,424 yards on the ground. So that's, 60-40 maybe. That's pretty balanced for Braves. Coleman inside the 45 to the 43.
That was a bit of an interesting perambulation in the backfield that was necessary because of pretty good penetration, but Coleman does not go down easy.
Lost his helmet during the play, so DeAndre will have to sit this one out. Second down and 8 for Lompoc from the Santa Barbara 43. Coleman out. Canley in. Canley breaks it free and spins out to about the 37-yard line.
He's going to be a yard or so short.
That was number 20, Sheldon.
Canley had no business making that kind of yardage. But he is so shifty back there and makes such a quick little bounce move. It's third down and a long one for the Braves. Back to the shotgun. Trying to draw the Dons off sides. Almost got one. Handoff. Canley will get it. He's going to be stopped short. He didn't get there on third and...
Don't think he picked up anything on that. But Jesse Massey is going to slice in.
Matter of fact, he's going to lose a little bit. And it's going to be fourth down. 4th and 3 from the 38. Wouldn't be surprised to see the offense stay out in the field under the present circumstances.
I would not be at all surprised. And they are, in fact, staying out there.
Braves going for it on 4th and 3. Daniels in motion. Hand off to Coleman. He'll bust through for the first down. Ooh. And that's just pure Leandre Coleman power.
Yep.
All the way down to the 28.
That looked like 29. A cannon shot.
Yeah.
In the Civil War, and watching the ranks fly off to the side. That was Leandre Coleman at his finest. First down Braves from the Dons' 29-yard line. One receiver. This is going to stay on the ground. Coleman again is going to get stood up after a short gain this time. And again, his helmet comes off and the flag will come flying. Yeah. Santa Barbara seems to think it's a Coleman half day.
And Leandre is very upset. He's off the side of the field, and we're going to see what this penalty is about. Personal foul, face mask, Santa Barbara. And that's how come his helmet came on. Looks like the Dons are looking at trying to say that was going to be an unsportsmanlike by the Braves. It turns out to be a face mask call against Santa Barbara. And the Braves will have a first down. The ball just inside the Don 15. So the first sustained drive the Braves have been able to put together this evening.
Mm-hmm.
With 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here till halftime.
Ball entirely on the ground. And it stays that way.
Tenario gets the carry this time. He'll get maybe a yard.
They're going to...
Or not. Put it at the line of scrimmage. No game for Oscar and the Braves. Matter of fact, maybe he lost a smidgen. We're going to call it 2nd and 11 for the Braves from the 15. Clock running. 5 minutes exactly left here in the second quarter. It's a 14-0 Santa Barbara lead.
Braves also burning a lot of clock on this drive.
Fake Ross throws complete on the run. And down to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line.
And this catch by Adam Lazaro. Number 24.
The pass from Kevin Ross is complete to number 24, Adam Lazaro.
It's going to bring up third down at about 5.
6-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 5. Braves.
Ball just inside the 10.
And I think we can be fairly certain that the Braves are in 4-down territory.
And I would agree with that. Coach mentioned in the interview that we had with him yesterday that offense was the best defense if they can keep Santa Barbara off the field. So far, their possession is going Braves' way. Ooh. Down to about the 6-yard line goes Coleman.
Once again, they're playing one-on-one out there. Leandre Coleman on the carry, Dakota Hill on the tackle.
It'll be a third down at about 2 for Lompoc from the 6.
Mm-hmm. Pick up a couple on that one.
4th and 2. Ross comes back in with the play.
They bring Daniels out. And they go.
Braves lining up to go for it, as we expected. 4th and 2.
Going I formation.
Ross under center. Coleman, the deep back. He gets the carry, cuts it to the outside, going for the pylon. Touchdown, Braves!
We've run that play before.
So on the crunch time, the Braves need to bring in number 1 and give him the ball.
Yep.
And Leandre Coleman willing the Braves into the end zone on that possession, and it's 14-6 with the PAT forthcoming. Aldo Anguiano set to do the kicking. Bradley Waite with the hold. It's up and good. So the Braves finally on the board here with 3:22 left in the second quarter. It's Santa Barbara 14, Lompoc 7. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
Lompoc, California.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you tuning in either on the internet or here locally at 100.9 FM. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you enjoying the game with us tonight. We hope you are. Another one of our sponsors we can tell you about, our good friends over at Tom's Burger. Thank you, Kim, and all the gang over at Tom's for signing up with us, helping us make these broadcasts possible. Tom's Burgers.
Appropriate that they're helping sponsor an educational broadcast.
Yes, it is. Now, something we haven't seen tonight, Lompoc gets to kick off.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that a lot last week.
Yeah.
Lompoc coming fresh off a 56-0 win over DP last week. So high end over end kick, fielded, dropped at the 2, picked up, got a little wedge out in front. Braves defense with good coverage,
and then he got a big wedgie at about the 16.
Returned out to, looks like the 17-yard line is where they'll put it. 1st and 10 for Santa Barbara from there. They'll have 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. Their lead has been cut in half. It's now 14-7. Don's on top. They'll send 2 receivers to either side. Deacon Hill, quarterback, from the shotgun. Quick handoff. That's Montgomery trying to find some room on the left, and maybe got a couple.
He finds a couple helmets instead.
Not to about the 19.
I think Judd Rance was in on that.
Wouldn't be surprised. Judd Rance is in on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Finally getting some scholarship offers. Pick up of 1.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 18. 4 receiver set again for the Dons.
Ready to bring a blitz.
Plenty of time. Throws this one deep down the middle. Through the hands and incomplete at the 40.
He's calling for a flag, and the flag is not coming.
Macario, the intended receiver. Well thrown ball. Pretty much on the money.
Just a little bit long. And had to put it up a little bit higher than he wanted to because he was getting the helmet in his armpit.
That'll do it every time. 3rd and 9 now. Looking to pass again. Throws a dart to the far sideline, complete. Just past the sticks.
Yeah, nice snag.
And that was a dart. Needed 9, got 10. It'll be 1st down Dons from their own 28-yard line.
10 yards to go from the 28-yard
2:33 left here in the half. 14-7, Santa Barbara on top.
You know, Greg, this would be a great time for a turnover.
Back to pass again. Complete and tackled immediately at the 35. Hit hard Anthony Loza on the catch.
That was number 8, Anthony Loza on the reception. Brought down quickly by Dickerson.
Joker Dickerson there to make the hit and the stop. Mm-hmm. Nice gain of about 7, however, out to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Santa Barbara. Hill looking again to throw deep down the far sideline. And this one is complete at the 25. Caught it falling down. So wasn't able to keep running, but that's Nicario again. And another big pass play downfield for the Dons puts them in business. 1st and 10 at the Braves 25 with exactly 2:01 remaining in the half.
Well, let's just heave it downfield and let your guy go run under it.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Deacon Hill has the arm to get it down there.
Yep.
4 wides again for the Dons. Clock running, 1:45 remaining. Now 1 man in motion. Hill will keep it himself and get tripped up. Falls forward down to about the 21.
About 3.
That was Deacon Hill with the quarterback keeper.
Looks like they'll say he touched down at the 23. Give him 2. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Clock running, 1:20 left in the half. 14-7, Santa Barbara leads.
Came close to popping that one loose up the middle. But
they have 1 timeout remaining, do the Dons.
Mm-hmm.
4 receivers for Santa Barbara. Hill takes the shotgun snap. Plenty of protection again. Throws this one straight up the middle. Hit hard, and immediately is Jackson Gonzalez. Makes the catch.
That was number 11, Jackson Gonzalez on the reception from Hill. Play results in a Santa Barbara first down.
It's first down, Dons, however. The ball at the 13. Clock running under a minute remaining. Dons trying to preserve that timeout. Now hand it off to 22. That's Ty Montgomery. He'll get down to about the 20 is all.
That was number 22, Ty Montgomery on the
pickup of about 4. Clock running 35 seconds. 2nd down and about 6 or 7.
probably have 1 shot in the end zone here and then line up for the field goal.
Fakes the handoff. Quick throw. Complete on the far sideline and in the end zone. Touchdown, Santa Barbara. And that was Smokey Nicario on the catch.
Defender fell down, and
so they didn't even use their timeout. They got all the way down the field and in the end zone for the score. It's 20-7, with the point after coming up
with 20.3 seconds.
Montgomery back to kick. Dakota Hill doing the holding for Santa Barbara. Good snap. Kick is down. Kick is away. And this one is good. Not pretty, but good.
The extra point by Montgomery is good.
Kind of a knuckleballer and got over the crossbar and through the uprights. That's all that counts. So with 20.9 seconds remaining here in the half, the Dons have extended their lead. It's now Santa Barbara 21, Lompoc 7. And we'll see how important that last drive ends up being.
Well, I'm betting important.
I'm betting too. 21-7. Santa Barbara comes up the coast and making a pretty good showing of themselves so far today.
Last time Santa Barbara scored 20 or more points against Lompoc was in 2001. 36-29 Braves victory.
18 years ago. Again, only the Statmeister can tell you that. Montgomery ready to kick off once again. Dickerson back at the 5. This one's going to be a short angled kick on the far sideline and bobbled and out of bounds. Flag down at the point of the kickoff. Could be an offside. Looks like we're going to back up 5 and try this one again. Yes, they are. Okay.
The flag is for offside.
Offsides against Santa Barbara. They will move it back to the 35-yard line, and it'll kick one more time. Dickerson still back at his 5. This would be a good time for a
long
nice return for the Braves.
Yeah. 90-something yards would be good.
Well, Dickerson can do it. That's for sure. All right, we'll try this one more time. Montgomery will put his foot into this one. Angles it to the far sideline again, and Dickerson will let it roll out of bounds.
Should be a flag.
This time, Joker doesn't touch it, so we'll put this one at the 35-yard line, I believe, is where the Braves will start.
With 20.3 seconds.
No time off the clock. The Braves have 2 timeouts remaining. A little discussion about what they're going to do here, actually. There is an option. Now they're going to make him kick it again. Okay, Braves hoping to get a return out of this. Procedure call against the Dons for kicking out of bounds. So they'll move it back to the 30. Okay, I understand this logic. Move Santa Barbara back to the 30. 2 kicks ago it was at the 40. Now it's at the 30. Dickerson's moved up to about his 15-yard line. Lompoc trying to get a return out of this. Somehow or another. That's the one thing that Santa Barbara is trying to avoid. So 20.9 still on the clock. It's been that way for a few minutes now. Eventually we'll get to move.
We're doing the chorus line.
Okay, this one kicked down the middle. Line drive kick, fielded on the move is Dickerson by the 18. And he's going to get tackled quickly at the 33-yard line. Nice tackle there by Grant Gonzalez. So Dickerson and the Braves out to the 33-yard line. That's where they'll have it, 1st and 10, but 16.6. Put it to the 34. Again, Braves with 2 timeouts. Let's see how aggressive they want to be.
Time probably for 2 plays if they want it. 2 deep plays. The
Braves will send 3 receivers here to the left. Ryan Morgan goes by himself up to the top.
And they're playing double coverage on Ryan, and the second guy is about 15 yards off.
Ross tucks it away. Little pitch pass to Sheldon Canley, who don't think that's the way that was drawn up. But Canley makes it out to the 42. And the Braves will not use their timeouts. They will let the clock tick away as the final seconds will go off the clock here in the first half. We have reached halftime here at Houck Stadium. Our score at the half, Santa Barbara Dons 21, the Lompoc Braves 7. So we've got a great halftime show coming up with the Braves band, but we are going to send you back to the saying hi to the fans through the windows here, to the KPEG studios for some pertinent information on things going on around the Lompoc Valley, and we will see you back in about 18 minutes or so for the second half.
Waving to the visitors here at the aquarium.
Indeed. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. We'll see you for the second half, folks.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. KPEG listeners, have we got a deal for you? Now, we know you enjoy hearing all of our great music and special programming, but how would you like to hear yourself on your favorite radio station? Too good to be true, you say? No way! If you are a dedicated KPEG fan, you're invited to stop by the studio and record your very own station ID or tribute. We'll add it to our rotation, so when you tune into KPEG, you just might hear yourself on the air. Give us a call at 875-2750. That's 875-2750, and we'll tell you how. It's simple, it's fun, it's free, and it's right here on Lompoc's very own 100.9 KPEG. The Lompoc Library is once again offering free homework help. The Homework Club is held in the Children's Department of the Lompoc Library and is available to all students kindergarten through 12th grade. A volunteer tutor is there to help every Tuesday and Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30 throughout the school year. Homework Club is a drop-in program, so there is no need to register. For more information on the Homework Club, call the Lompoc Library at 875-8781. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG. The City of Lompoc invites the community to join together and make a difference. The annual Make a Difference Day will take place from 9 a.m. till noon on October 26th. The Lompoc Parks Division is hosting the day of service, which will be based at the City Corporate Yard at 1300 West Laurel Avenue. Community members are urged to participate as individuals or in groups, and then enjoy a complimentary lunch. To sign up or get more information, please contact the Lompoc Parks Division at 875-8035 and make a difference in your community.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over!
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the Santa Barbara Dons and the Lompoc Braves. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be right back here at Houck Stadium to watch these same Santa Barbara Dons take on the Cabrillo Conquistadors.
Join us at 6:45 to hear our exclusive interview with Conks head coach A.J. Pateras. Then get ready for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Santa Barbara Dons versus the Cabrillo Conquistadors next Friday night. And you can only hear it on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Fire, flood, hazardous spills, active shooter, extreme weather. In Santa Barbara County, there are things you need to know. If we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Sign up for Santa Barbara County Emergency Alerts today. To receive alerts via email, cell, and landline, sign up online at www.awareandprepare.org. Or for limited emergency information, text your zip code to 888-777 because you need to know.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we've created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks. Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, 100.9 KPEG.
Rich is just a really, really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
There's a chill in the night air. There's pumpkins everywhere. And it can only mean one thing. It's almost time for KPEG's Hardcore Halloween Celebration. Listen in on the 31st as we play specially selected Halloween-themed tunes all day long. Then at 6 o'clock, the gloves come off and the masks go on as we dive deep into the darker side of Halloween rock, playing non-stop hardcore heavy metal Halloween tracks until midnight. Join us and prepare to be rocked to the bone. It's KPEG's Hardcore Halloween, starting at 6 o'clock on Halloween night. Be there, if you dare.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange?
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the Santa Barbara Dons and the Lompoc Braves. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be right back here at Houck Stadium to watch these same Santa Barbara Dons take on the Cabrillo Conquistadors. Join us at 6:45 to hear our exclusive interview with Conks head coach A.J. Pateras. Then get ready for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Santa Barbara Dons versus the Cabrillo Conquistadors next Friday night. And you can only hear it on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Make a difference in your community and apply to be on the grand jury of Santa Barbara County. The grand jury investigates county government, municipalities, and special districts' use of your tax dollars. Jurors see the inner workings of government, not available to most people. And for the convenience of northern Santa Barbara County grand jurors, video conferencing is now available in Santa Maria. Apply today at sbcgj.org or pick up an application at any Santa Barbara County courthouse.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
and stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Well, welcome back to Hawk Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Ratcliffe here with Mike Loney, getting ready for the second half. Our halftime score is the Dons 21, the Braves 7, and a little bit of a surprise here at home tonight, Mike.
Definitely, this is shaping up to be a very possibly historic season for the Santa Barbara Dons. They're since 2004, they've had wins more than 6 in a season. Twice in 2007, they were 7-4 under Will Gonzalez. In 2012, they won a league championship. They were 8-3 under Doug Gaines. And other than that, it's been pretty much mediocre. Under JT Stone, they went 6-4. 5-6, 5-5, 6-5, and they're 5-2 so far this year. So if they pull this one off, it will be their first win over the Braves since '98. It possibly their first double-digit season wins in a long time.
Well, this is a crucial second half for both of these teams right now, especially for Lompoc. It's not only the league title that is pretty much on the line here tonight, but also
probably the number 2 seed.
Indeed, if you end up the second seed instead of the first seed coming out of this league, you may very well end up on the road against a top 10 team in the division.
Yeah.
As opposed to having a home game against a lower tier team.
Coming in, the Braves were number 11 in D5. So a loss would not help them any.
No, not at all. The Braves find themselves down 14 as they start the second half, and the Dons will be receiving the second half kickoff as they deferred to the Braves in the first half. So not only did they score right before halftime, they're also going to get the ball back. The Braves going to have to make some adjustments. They did make some changes there in offense there towards the end of the half when they decided to bring number 1 into the ball game and get him going. And number 1 got the Braves going as well.
They have not yet made the change I'd most like to see, though, Greg, which is burning the gray uniforms.
Mike, not a big fan of these gray uniforms, and numbers not as easy to see as the white one. That's for sure. I mean, they look kind of cool. They're just kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
Okay, we are underway, or about to be underway here in the second half. Braves kicking off, and the ball is in the air. Line drive kick. Fielded, backpedaling at about the 7-yard line. Ooh, hard hit at about the 22-yard line. This is Jackson Gonzalez on the return.
That was number 11, Jackson Gonzalez. He got pinballed
several times, actually. We'll give him forward progress at the 22. That's where the Dons will take over. 1st and 10. Just underway here in the second half. 21-7 is the score. The Santa Barbara Dons on top and with the ball.
Blue ticket number 180-824.
Another shout out. We want to say hello to Mary, Yoli, and Ruben listening up in Fresno tonight on KPEGradio.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Back to pass on first down, throwing deep. And was that picked off at the 35?
Yes.
Dickerson. No. Who's got the ball? You're right, Mike. I don't like these numbers. Sheldon Canley on the pick.
Let's correct that. That's number 28, Kevin.
Okay. We're going to get it right yet.
How about number 27?
These numbers are terrible. 26, Tyler Rounds on the interception. Don's going deep on 1st and 10. Tyler Rounds there to bring that one in. And that's the break the Braves needed. They've got possession, first down at their own 36-yard line.
Did I mention I don't like these uniforms?
Leandre Coleman gets the first carry of the second half for the Braves, fights his way out to about the 37-yard line.
Leandre Coleman on the carry, 2-yard pick, makes it 2nd and 8.
Give him 2, 2nd and 8 for Lompoc from there. Out to the 38.
We have our 50-50 winner.
Yeah, those numbers are tough. What a huge break for the Braves to start the second half.
Indeed.
Dons went to the deep well once too often that time.
Yeah.
Daniels in motion for the Braves. Fake to him. Give to Coleman. Straight up the middle goes Leandre down to the 39. Excuse me, I'll get it right yet. The 44. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 for Lompoc from the 44-yard line. One receiver here to the near side. Coleman, the deep back, gets the carry, finds a seam. He's into the secondary. And finally gets wrestled down at the 25-yard line. Leandre Coleman dragging 3 Santa Barbara Don tacklers with him. All the way to the 23. And this is looking a little more like the Braves offense we're accustomed to.
Yeah. 10:28 remaining here in the third.
And there is some palpable excitement here in the press box. Whistles and flags will stop this one before it gets underway. Looks like this one will go against the Braves. False start, Lompoc.
The flag is a 5-yard penalty.
Bit of a momentum killer. Bring it back to the 28. It'll be first down to 15 from there. 10 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Clock running. 21-7 is the score. The Dons on top, where the Braves have got all the momentum right at the moment. Ross to throw. Complete. Daniels will catch it and get knocked out of bounds after a short game. They'll put it at the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 8.5-ish.
Basically got the penalty back plus a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, Sheldon Canley gets the handoff and gets immediately hit.
Thumped.
Hard.
Yep.
That was number 20, Sheldon Canley on the carry.
He's going to lose some. It'll be a 3rd down and about 11 now.
Brings up 3rd and 11 for the Braves.
You know who's been really quiet tonight? Ryan Morgan.
Well, they held him on that early.
Other than getting held on the pass play,
yeah,
we haven't really called his number much tonight.
They stopped him on that end around. And
3rd down and 11 for the Braves. 2 wides. Ross pops once, pulls it down, and falls down at about the 24.
Yep. And he was just about to be annihilated by number 44.
So it's 4th down Braves, the ball just inside the 25-yard line of Santa Barbara. 4th down and about 11.
That was Noah Wood, who's coming in prepared to separate his various body parts.
And the Braves will take a timeout.
Timeout, Braves.
Stops the clock with 8:46 remaining here in the third. Braves looking at a 4th down and 11. 21-7 is the score. The Dons lead the Braves here in the third quarter.
8:46.
While we have a moment, let's say hi to Eric and Debbie over in New Mexico tonight, listening at KPEGradio.com. Hi, guys. Thanks for listening. This is a crucial play right here, Mike. I don't think there was ever any consideration of going for a field goal here at all. It's even at 4th and long. The Braves are bringing the offense back out. No surprise, Coleman in the backfield with Ross. 3 receivers up to the top. 4th and 11 for the Braves.
Coleman in motion to the left.
Now splits out wide left. Ross throwing across the middle, complete on a slant pass. Touchdown, Braves! Kylan Daniels on the catch and the score for the Braves. And it's 21-13 with the point after coming up. And the Braves are right back in this thing, Mike.
Yep.
Now, beautiful pass and catch.
Billy Casper would have been proud of that one.
PAT is up and good. So with 8:42 remaining here in the third quarter, the Braves are on the board. It's Santa Barbara 21, Lompoc 14. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. Special thanks to another one of our sponsors this evening, Box Shop Bob over at the Box Shop. Thank you so much, Bob, for signing up to help us make these broadcasts a reality. The Box Shop. Okay, well, the Braves have cut the deficit in half. Now down only 7.
Yeah. Now they need a defensive stop.
Well, they sure came up with a big one on Santa Barbara's first possession of the half with that tremendous interception by Tyler Rounds. Last week, the Braves came up with 6 interceptions over the course of the game. High end-over-end kick, 5 yards deep into the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Kickoff by Aguiano results in a touchback.
Something one of the things Coach Jones mentioned was a little bit inconsistent with getting the ball into the end zone on kickoffs. No problem that time for Aldo. And the Dons will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 8:42 left here in the third quarter. Dons still leading by 7. It's 21-14. Greg Ratcliffe here with you at Houck Stadium, along with my sidekick and good friend Mike Loney. Bill Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio. And here we go for the Dons on offense. 3 receiver set. They'll try the ground game a little bit here on the left side. Maybe about a yard is all.
I think try is the appropriate word.
Try is the appropriate word.
Montgomery.
1 yard gain makes it
2nd and 9 from the 21.
With the exception of Mr. Leandro Coleman, the running game for either team has been rather moribund.
Dismal, almost. 3 receivers to the right, 1 man in motion now for the Dons. Back to throw. Complete, hit immediately is Dakota Hill at the 30.
Yeah. And that had some smoke on it.
One thing you can say about Deacon Hill, he can really bullet that ball.
I think that's going to be marked just a little bit short of the first time.
And they're going to rule this incomplete after a discussion with the officials. Wow. So they had an official discussion there at the point of the catch and decided it was not a catch after all.
Incomplete hold.
Yeah, so 3rd and 9 from the 21. Would have been 3rd and about 1, I think. Good. 3 receivers. Hill looking to pass again, rolls to his left. Throws on the run, lobs one out there. This one is going to fall incomplete, intended for Liam Forney.
He was running for his life to the left and was not going to get the first down. just chucked it downfield and a little bit long.
Hoping that Tormey could run underneath it, and he couldn't quite get it. So the Braves defense comes up big and forces a 4th down and a punt here by the Dons. Dickerson back at his own 45 to receive. Nice kick, high, angled to the side, trying to eliminate that return once again. It'll go out of bounds on the Santa Barbara sideline at about the 48. So excellent field position for the Braves to start this possession. 7:41 remaining here in the third quarter. The Braves will have the ball trailing by 7. It's 21-14 Santa Barbara. Although the first half was pretty much completely dominated by the Santa Barbara, the momentum is definitely on the Braves sideline right now. You can just kind of feel it down there.
Well, offensively, Santa Barbara basically had 3 big plays.
Braves, tight formation. Jet sweep. And out of bounds at midfield. Kylan Daniels gets the ball on the sweep and picks up about 2 out to midfield. Ball right at the 50, 2nd and 8 from there. Clock stop with 7:35 left here in the third. The Braves will have one receiver here to the near side. Coleman in the backfield with Ross.
An offset eye. And they'll give it to Coleman.
Cuts it inside tackle and gets down to the 40.
Finally stopped by number 16 for the Dons. That's Charlie Figueroa.
DeAndre Coleman having his way with this Santa Barbara defense now that he's running the ball. It's first down Lompoc from the Santa Barbara 39. Coleman stays in the game, has the deep back.
You have some guys moving around in the backfield.
Still, better hurry and get this one off. There's the snap. We'll give it to Coleman. Straight up the middle goes Leandre down to the 35, up to the 36, as they'll put it.
Nothing fancy, just a 4-yard pickup.
Straight up the gut with that one. Coleman will come out.
That was number 1, Leandre.
Looks like he's kind of drooping that shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
The ball's at the 35. It's 2nd down and 6. Coleman being looked at on the sideline. And does not look like he is feeling real good. Ooh. Oscar Tenorio gets wrapped up in the backfield back at the 39. They've had Oscar's number so far tonight. They learned to watch him for number 8.
And Tenorio was hit almost before immediately.
And that's hard to do.
Yep.
Lost back to the 39. It'll be 3rd and essentially 10. 9.5. One receiver to either side.
10 minus a squish.
Ross pumps once, throws deep, looking for number 9. Duarte Tenorio. This one will get knocked away incomplete at the 15-yard line.
Thrown into triple coverage.
The incomplete pass from Kevin Ross.
So another 4th down situation for the Braves.
Brings up 4th down to the Braves.
See what they decide to do this time. No hesitation in the last 4th down. They certainly went for it, and looks like the mindset will remain the same. Braves offense on the field, 2 receivers to either side. Ross from the shotgun.
Blitz.
Rolls left, throws, complete at the 25 and down at the 23. That's Duarte Tenorio. And that'll be a first down Lompoc at the Santa Barbara 23. No hesitation from the Braves. They're going to be pressing the issue here.
And that was a very, very nice job by Kevin Ross. Didn't have anything initially, slid outside the pocket and threw an absolute dart.
Flag down.
Illegal substitution against Lompoc.
Another momentum killer. Back it up to the 28. First down, 15 from there. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Second time in a row the Braves have had a first down at the 23 and picked up a 5-yard penalty.
From the shotgun, handoff. And a little sweep out here to the near side. There's Oscar. Finally, Oscar gets some positive yardage to his number. He'll be down to about the 23-yard line. Got the penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd and 10 from there. 21-14 is our score. Santa Barbara leading Lompoc.
Yeah, Braves clearly in 4-down territory.
Yeah, they have been pretty much all night.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 Braves from the 23. Morgan in motion. Fakes the handoff inside. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. A flag comes out.
In the end zone. And I believe that's going to be defensive pass interference or defensive holding.
Morgan, the intended receiver. The flag is at the 8-yard line. Did they hold Ryan on the way in again? Let's see the call. Pass interference. Santa Barbara. Move the ball down to the 11-yard line. And give the Braves a 1st and 10 from there with 4:22 left here in the third quarter. Duarte Tenorio in motion. They give it to Sheldon Canley. Finds a seam off of the
He's close.
right side and gets down inside the 5 to about the 4. Nice run. Canley broke into that hole in a hurry. Got down to about the 3. Second down and about 2 for Lompoc. Clock running under 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Lompoc trying to tie this thing up. I formation. Canley up the middle. Touchdown, Braves.
Just shoving people out of the way.
And the Braves have come alive here in the second half. It's 21-20 with the point after coming up.
.313.
Anguiano set to kick. An all-important PAT. It is up and good. So all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game, folks. 3:43 left here in the third quarter. It's now Santa Barbara 21, Lompoc 21. You're listening. That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you tuning in. I want to tell you about our good friends Mark and Beth Branson over at Branson's Embroidery, one of our fine sponsors tonight and all season long. Thank you guys for signing up and helping us make these broadcasts possible. Branson's Embroidery and Gifts. Don't forget the gifts part.
Yeah, it's getting to be that time of year, Greg.
It is. Well, how things can change, Mike.
Yeah. Still an awful lot of time in this game. So,
21 all here with 3:43 left in the third. The Braves come storming back.
And this would be a really good time for Anguiano to put this one about 9 yards deep.
That's about what he did last time. This one's going to come up a little short.
It's high, real high.
Fielded at the 6.
Oh.
And stumbles. The turf monster got him over on the far side. Dakota Hill gets a knee down on the turf at about the 9-yard line. He had a little bit of space out there and just tripped over the grass.
Yeah.
So the Dons will take over 1st and 10 with their backs up against the wall a little bit here at their 9-yard line. And absolutely, the momentum is all on the Braves sideline right now. One man in motion for the Dons. Hill calls his own number, trying to pick up a block here on the near side. He gets upended after about a gain of 2 or 3. Schumer there to take his legs out from under him. Schumer weighs 185 compared to Deacon Hill's 225.
Yeah.
Did the right thing, went low and took his feet out from under him. Gain of 4, however, it'll be 2nd and 6 for Santa Barbara. Hill back to pass. Receiver had fallen down, and this one will fall incomplete.
And another big 3rd down all of a sudden.
3rd and 6. Clock stop with 3:01 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We've got a tie ball game at Houck Stadium, 21 all.
And if the Braves can get off the field right here, right now, this would be huge.
Oh, yes. Big 3rd and 6 for the Dons. Fakes one.
He is swarming, and I think they held him about 1.5 yards short. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Ooh, they were just a bunch of guided missiles in there.
Way out to the 17. It'll be 4th down and 2. Terrific stop by the Braves defense. And the Dons are going to line up to go for it, Mike. And
Quick
it's a
kick.
quick kick by Hill. Nobody back there for the Braves.
Somebody from the Braves getting back there in a hurry.
And the Dons will down it. It took an unfortunate bounce if you're a Dons fan.
Yeah.
It's heading in the wrong direction.
It took a real high pop. It was probably, 10, 15 feet in the air.
Yep. Had to wait for it to come down. It was heading towards, back towards the Dons, so they will down it at the Braves 41. And Lompoc will take over there, 1st and 10 with 2:14 remaining here in the 3rd. In a tie ball game, 21 apiece, and the Braves with the ball and a chance to go down and take the lead for the first time tonight. Fakes the inside handoff. Quick pass out here to Duarte Tenorio, complete.
Picked
and
up over about
driven out of
7.
bounds. And a flag is going to come out for a late hit as Duarte Tenorio is thrown out of bounds unnecessarily. Joshua Rosales getting a little overzealous on the tackle. Waiting for the official signal, but they're going to march this one off 15 yards to the 37.
15-yard penalty makes it 1st and 10.
So some costly penalties for the Dons here. Are really helping the Braves along. 1st down, Braves from the 37.
206.
Draw play. Down to the 35 goes Oscar. Pick up of a couple for Tenorio.
Oscar Tenorio on the carry. 30-yard penalty for the 2nd and 7.
Ball down to the 35. Second and 7 or 8, however you want to look at it. The bad news for the Braves is that number 1, Leandre Coleman, is on the bench with his helmet off.
All right. I prefer to look at it as first and goal, Rick.
Okay. Ross fakes the handoff, scrambling now, throws deep down the middle. Got a man open. Oh! And in and out of the hands, incomplete at the goal line. And that was 6 points.
Yes, it was.
Some serious angst here in the press box after that one falls incomplete.
And that was dropped right at the goal line.
That was Forte Tenorio, and he's pointing to his chest saying, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Third down.
I think that was one of the ones where you so wide open that
another door. Come back. Looks like it's probably going to be a hold against Lompoc.
Yeah.
Flag at the 35. Bring it back 10 to the 45. And it'll be a third down.
It was a
third down and about 17. And you go back to that dropped pass at the goal line.
Yeah.
That was a heartbreaker for the Braves. Now all of a sudden they're all the way back to their own 45 with a third and long.
Only third and 17, right?
Canley splits wide to the left now. Ross tucks it away and goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He had nobody open, and he had pressure coming on him in a hurry. And
lost back to the 47-yard line. Fourth down and very long, about 19 or so, and the Braves will line up to punt.
Yeah. There's going for it on fourth down, and then there's stupidity. Just unless they have a really good
low snap, bounces back to the kicker. Good job to get this one away. And takes a nice little Lompoc roll inside the 20.
Picked up about 8-9 yards on the bounce and roll. That was
spotted at the 14-yard line. A great job by Gunnar Thomas to pick that. At least turned it all a lighter shade. Hill fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, finds some room up the middle, gets across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And that play will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We've got 12 minutes left here at Houck Stadium. One more. At least 12 minutes left.
Yep.
And it's Santa Barbara 21, Lompoc 21. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. And KPEGradio.com.
In Lompoc, California.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Appreciate you tuning in. I think Daniel and Sammy are probably listening tonight too. So hi to you guys. And also a big shout out to our good buddy Jess, one of our most fervent listeners. All day, every day almost. We can count on Jess to be checking us out and making sure we're playing the right rock and roll. Thanks for tuning in, guy. Appreciate you being with us.
There's wrong rock and roll.
Okay, now with Santa Barbara heading north.
1 quarter left in regulation, and
the Dons will line up 3 receivers to the right side. Deacon Hill from the shotgun. Hands off up the middle. Across the 25 to the 26.
And the flag comes in late.
That was Ty Montgomery on the carry.
I think Montgomery lost a little bit.
Personal foul against the Braves. It's going to cost Lompoc 15 yards in the wrong direction. Move the ball all the way out to the 41-yard line and give the Dons a first down. And that's one thing the Braves do not need to do.
Yeah. One of the list, but one of the things they've pretty much avoided tonight has
been pretty good penalty-wise, yeah.
Penalties and turnovers and other nefariousness.
Hill throws up the far side complete, breaking some tackles and goes out of bounds around the 47-yard line on the Braves side of the 50.
And they're going hill to hill again.
Deacon Hill to Dakota Hill.
Forced out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
That's enough to move the chains for the Dons. 1st and 10, Santa Barbara from the Braves 47. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. It's 21-all here at Hog Stadium. Hill gives to Montgomery, finds the corner on the far side, and gets down to about the Lompoc 40-yard line.
Pick up of about 7.
That was number 22, Ty Montgomery on the carry once again.
Looks like they'll put it at the 41. We'll call it a gain of 6.
6-yard pickup makes it.
And call it 2nd and 4.
Mm-hmm. Braves rotating some players in and out on defense. Trying to keep guys fresh.
Hill again from the shotgun, plenty of time. Throws this one to the near sideline, almost intercepted at the 20. Through the hands of Joker Dickerson. He was there in time, couldn't get a grip on it. But good defense by number 10. And it'll be 3rd and 4. And timeout on the field, called by Santa Barbara. That's their first of the half. Stops the clock with 10:51 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 21-all. Lompoc and Santa Barbara tied up. This one's going to go down to the end, and we can't emphasize enough how important this game is for both of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when was the last time Lompoc did not win the league championship?
Well, I believe this would be their 45th consecutive league win. So they have.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. The last time they lost a league game was Jones's first year against Templeton.
Deacon fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets to the outside corner, and gets a first down for the Dons down to about the 31-yard line. Deacon Hill on the design quarterback sweep around the right side. Looks like they'll put him at the 33 officially, but still enough for a first down.
10:43 to go here in the fourth.
Two receivers to either side for the Dons. Hill again from the shotgun. Fakes it to Montgomery, keeps it himself again, does Deacon Hill. And gets down to about the Lompoc 29 after a gain of 4 or so. Second down for the Dons from the 29. Clock running, approaching the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Deacon.
Yeah, it looks like it. Montgomery in the backfield with Deacon. Montgomery will get it, finds a seam, gets inside the 20, down to close to the 15-yard line of the Braves. Goes Ty Montgomery down to the 16. First down, Santa Barbara. So Deacon Hill keeps it a few times himself. You get used to that, and then you give it to the speedster Montgomery, who picks up a big first down up the middle. First down from the 16. Justin Perez this time gets inside the 10 to about the 9, and a flag down, however. Holding Santa Barbara. That negates that run by Perez. And will move the ball back to the 23. Still first down for Santa Barbara, but now first down and considerably longer than it used to be. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 17.
Well, at first 17.
3 receivers grouped up to the far side, 1 here to the short side of the field. Another flag flies.
Bill kept it and picked up about 4, I think.
Play down to the 20, but this one's going to come back. Illegal motion against the Santa Barbara Dons. So penalties plaguing Santa Barbara here in the second half.
9:01.
Move the ball back to the 28. Still first down, but the yards to go keeps stacking up. It's now first and about 22 from the 28. 4 receiver set. Hill from the shotgun.
Low snap.
Throws through the hands and incomplete on the near sideline.
Tried to get number 2.
Vicario, the intended receiver, couldn't get a grip on that one. It'll be a second down and long from the 28. Clock stop with 8:42 left here in the fourth quarter in a tie ball game from Houck Stadium. 21-all is the score. Ty Montgomery, the kicker, also. We wonder what kind of field goal range he has. He's 2 for 2 on the year, according to the stats we have. Deacon Hill back to throw. Throws a bullet pass across the middle, incomplete at the 10. Intended for Jackson Gonzalez. And it'll be third down and long. And we have a Santa Barbara Don player down on the far side. Stretching out a leg, stopping the clock with 8:37. Looks like that's Dakota Hill over there.
He's definitely been working hard tonight.
Yep. Looks kind of crampish, I think.
Yeah, they're stretching out a leg. So.
Looking at Montgomery and his kicking stats, the ones we have available, he's 15 of 18 coming into tonight on PATs, and 2 for 2 on field goals. His longest being a 43-yarder.
And from where they are, it would be longer than that.
28 to 38, about a 45-yarder from where they are.
Yeah.
But it's still only third down and 22, and we get back to action. So they've got a chance to at least get that yardage down a little bit if they're thinking field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Still working over there on Dakota Hill. Again, looking at the league standings, the Channel League coming into the night, Lompoc and Santa Barbara tied for first at 2-0. In the middle of the pack, you got San Marcos and Dos Pueblos at 1-1.
Playing tonight.
And rounding out the bottom half is the San Ynez Pirates and the Cabrillo Conquistadors at 0-2. Also playing tonight over in San Ynez.
Yeah. So big third down, and Dakota Hill not in the game. They do have other options.
4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hill back to pass, throwing deep to the end zone on the far sideline. Jump ball incomplete.
Almost picked off. Tried to hit the outside man in the quadruple fly formation and led him a bit high.
So the ball is at the 28. It's 4th down and long, and we'll see. It looks like they're going to try the field goal, Mike. Here comes Ty Montgomery. He'll tee it up from the 35. This will be a 45-yard field goal attempt to try and give the Dons the lead. There's the snap. Kick is away. It's up. Looks good. It is. Ty Montgomery makes good from 45 yards out.
8:25 to go in the 4th.
And it's now Santa Barbara 24, Lompoc 21, as the Dons retake the lead.
Tell you one thing, the Santa Barbara Dons team came to play tonight.
You bet they did. And whoever ends up on top of this game is going to deserve it.
Indeed.
8:25 remaining here in the 4th quarter in regulation. It's 24-21. The Santa Barbara Dons leading the Lompoc Braves. Lompoc about to get the ball back. Dickerson will go back deep to receive. And Lompoc would like nothing more than about an 8-minute and 25-second drive for 6 points. Santa Barbara struck early and with some deep plays. The Braves defense in the secondary has been coming up big here in the second half. And here comes Montgomery with the kickoff. High
Nice
end
kick.
over end kick. This will make it into the end zone. Touchback as Dickerson catches it 5 yards deep. So the Braves will start at their 20, 1st and 10 from there with 8:25 to go here in the 4th. Lompoc now trailing by 3, 24-21. Mike mentioned earlier the Braves coming into tonight, the 11th spot in Division 5. There's some big names in this southern section, Division 5.
Yes, there are.
And, a win tonight would give the Braves a likely home game if they can hold on and win the league championship. Second place in league would probably put them on the road. So this is important in a lot of ways. Fakes the handoff. Ross gets hit as he throws, and this one will fall incomplete at the 40.
Yep. A little bit fortunate in that regard because he got hit hard and a bounce pass, and the only guy within about 10 yards of the ball was a Santa Barbara player who caught it on one hop.
And fortunately, it got thrown in an area where there was nobody. So 2nd and 10 Braves. 2 receivers to the right. Ross from the shotgun. And a little early motion by Lompoc, I think, is going to bring this one back 5 yards. Somebody jumped, got a head start. And we've got a discussion about it. But,
we have your favorite thing, Greg, is zebra huddle.
Zebra huddle. It's now breaking up. Looks like they may be changing their mind here.
We might have offsiding penalties. We've got false start against the Braves. We've got a dead ball and illegal substitution, Santa Barbara, and they cancel each other out.
The rules will offset. So no play, 2nd and 10 from the 20. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, much you do about that. Yeah. Or much you don't, or something.
Ross from the shotgun, 2-receiver set. We'll go back to the ground game. Straight up the middle, big hole. Big Mario breaking to the outside. Now he's sprinting down the far sideline. He's to the 30, and he's going to get out inside the 20-yard line of the Dons.
And I think that foot feels pretty good right about here.
Yeah. Oscar Tenario finally breaking one like we know he can do. Finally got his shot. And brings that all the way down to where they're going to put it. Right at the 20-yard line of Santa Barbara. First down, Braves.
With 8:04 remaining in the fourth
That
quarter.
was 60 yards for Oscar Tenario. One man in motion. The give is to Canley, I believe.
Back over on the left side, and he picks up a little something.
Very little something, maybe about a yard. Second and 9 from the 19. What a big run by Oscar Tenario. The Braves needed that.
If nothing else, we know that the Braves are now in field goal position. As a matter of fact,
this is well within Aldo's range. We know that.
As a matter of fact, he's down there at the net, warming up.
Second and 9 from the 19. Duarte Tenario in motion. Canley again tries to spin away from one tackler and will get about a yard is all. Down to about the 18.
That was number 20, Sheldon Canley, for another 1 yard.
As we tick down to 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Braves from the 18-yard line. Santa Barbara leads this one 24-21 as we approach the halfway mark here in the fourth quarter.
Braves come out 2 wide on the left side, 1 wide on the right. 2 running backs in the offset eye.
And Morgan in the slot. The ball is loose, and Kevin Ross has to cover it up in the backfield. So the good news is the Braves maintain possession. The bad news is the ball is now back at the 26. 25, they'll put it. So 3rd down and 15. Make that 4th. Fourth down and 15, and here comes Aldo Anguiano to try and tie this thing up. This would be a 42-yarder.
And Santa Barbara, I believe, is going to call timeout. Oh, no, Lompoc's going to
Braves call timeout. Clock stop with 5 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And we've got a nail-biter here, folks, at Hawk Stadium. It's 24-21, Don's lead. The Braves facing a 4th and 15, and now they're going to talk it over.
I think Ryan Morgan was flanked wide right, and nobody was on him.
They will bring the field goal team back out. You wonder if the Braves would try something sneaky here. 42-yard attempt for Aldo Anguiano. Low snap. It's down. It's blocked. It's blocked. Picked up by the Dons. Jackson Gonzalez scoops it up and brings it down into Santa Barbara, into Lompoc territory. All of the 40-yard line. Field goal attempt by Aldo Anguiano, blocked on the inside of the line. And the Dons will hold on to a 3-point lead with 5:51 to go. What a killer.
5 field goals returned to the 40-yard line. First attempt for the Dons.
Returned all the way back to the Lompoc 40-yard line by Jackson Gonzalez. And the Dons will have a first down from there.
And they are not going to be in any great hurry at this point if they can burn clock.
trying to get the chains set up at the moment.
Do we have a flag down there?
I don't think so. I mean,
No, I guess that's just
some issue with the chain gang on the far side, I think. Trying to get that figured out. Minor technical difficulty with the least technical thing that we have up here, the piece of chain. Yeah. Although in days gone by we used to use tin cans and string to get our broadcast out.
All we is another link in the chain.
Link in the chain. And they're still talking about this over here. Not sure what's going on.
Trying to de-kink the chain. And actually, we're going to have the teams head towards the sideline. I'm not sure.
Then we have another zebra huddle.
Yeah. But,
they'll get it figured out. If nothing else, it's because the Braves an opportunity to regroup and try and figure out what they want to do defensively.
Yeah.
5:51 left on the fourth quarter clock. It's 24-21. The Dons leading the Braves here at Houck Stadium.
If you're the Dons, do you just keep trying to run Hill, or?
That's pretty pretty effective at this point between him and Montgomery. I'm sure they want to eat up some clock.
We're hearing from over in the valley. San Ynez is up 21-7 on Cabrillo. And San Marcos is down to Dos Pueblos, 14-12.
The Santa Barbara Dons will be right back here for 2 weeks in a row. Next Friday, coming back to Houck Stadium to take on the Cabrillo Conquistadors. And
we're hearing from proud Utah grad Tom that Utah beat BYU 31-12, the most important game of the night.
Yes, from Tom's standpoint.
Yes, gives you some idea of how responsible he is about his duties here as the announcer, that he was not at home watching that game. Speaking of which, other things, we understand that the Yankees beat the Houston Astros. And they're now moving the chain.
They'll finally put the chains where they belong. Okay, I think we're actually ready to play some ball. 24-21, the Dons have the ball and the lead. Here we go, first and 10, Santa Barbara from the Braves 40. Deacon Hill from the shotgun. He'll give it to Montgomery.
Right up the middle, and Montgomery goes
for about 2. Pickup of 2 to the 38. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Braves only have 1 timeout remaining here in the second half. That could be critical as well.
Indeed.
You can anticipate Santa Barbara trying to use as much of that play clock as possible every down. 2nd and 8. A little swing pass out here, complete to Gonzalez.
Breaks a tackle.
But gets tackled inbounds at about the 33.
Number 11, Jackson Gonzalez.
It'll be 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4, depending on where they end up putting it. Let's say, about the 34, so 4 yards to go. Clock continues to run, 4:50 left here in the fourth. The Braves really need to stop. Third down, Deacon Hill picks the handoff, keeps it himself, and he'll get stopped a yard short of the first down at the 31.
That was number 10, Deacon Hill, the quarterback keeper.
It'll be 3rd and a long 1, about 1.5, well, just outside the 31-yard line. So a big 4th down decision here for Santa Barbara.
And they're going for it.
The offense will stay out. I wouldn't expect to see anything other than Deacon Hill up the middle. Or Ty Montgomery on the outside. And he's breaking down the sideline and pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Everybody, at least I was expecting Deacon Hill to take that one diving up the middle to get the short yardage.
And he would not have gotten it.
They gave it to Ty Montgomery, who took a peek inside, then bounced it to the corner and picked up a huge first down for Santa Barbara. They'll put him at the Lompoc 11-yard line. First down from there with 3:59 to go. And if Santa Barbara were able to punch this thing in right here, the Braves would be in a world of trouble.
Yeah. So Braves can hold them to a field goal attempt.
3 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Hill will keep it himself this time and get tackled for no gain. Rance there to make the stop for the Braves. Nunez was there as well. Maybe a loss of a yard. It'll be second down and 11.
Jacob in a fairly rare appearance on defense.
And timeout. Called by the Dons. Clock stop with 3 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 24-21. Dons leading the Braves. Well, we have a moment. We want to take this opportunity to one more time thank our sponsors. Remember, folks, it's our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. We appreciate their support. We hope you do as well. Our sponsors this year are the Rock Shop, Branson's Embroideries and Gift, Frederick Quality Plumbing, the Surf Connection, and Tom's Restaurant. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for being with us tonight and all season long. Amen.
They're going to say that Bill lost about a yard on that one.
Interesting that the Dons would stop the clock. Must have had something important to discuss. 3 receivers up top, 1 here to the short side of the field. Hill and Montgomery in the backfield. Slant pass knocked away. That looked real good for a second. Rance able to get a hand on that one and knock it down before it could get to the receiver on the slant pattern, who was going to head in unabated to the end zone had he got a hand on that ball. But it's third down and 11, and the good news for the Braves, that's also stops the clock. Third down and 11, same formation, 3 right, 1 left. Hill keeps it himself, calls his own number, and gets inside the 10 to the 9, but that's all.
And we'll see if they line up for a field goal here, or if they go for...
And the Braves will call a timeout to stop the clock with 3:26. It'll be fourth down and about 8 from the 9. Clock stop at 3:26. That is the Braves' final timeout of the half. So what do you do if you're the Dons, Mike? Field goal is still a 1-possession game. If you go for it and miss it, you've at least got the Braves pinned back 95 yards from.
Yeah. Well, if you go for it, if you try the field goal and miss it, they come bring it out to the 20. If you go for the touchdown and miss it, the Braves are 90 yards away. 3.5 minutes to go with no timeouts.
So an interesting decision here by the Dons, and a big one. And they are going to bring out the offense. No, they are going to. What are they going to do?
They're going to bring out.
Are they going to try a field goal?
Montgomery,
Yep,
and they're going to try a field goal.
This will be a.
Or at least they're going to line up to go for a field
26-yarder. Kick is away. It's up, and it is good. So the decision made by the Dons, they'll take the 3. So with 3:22 remaining here in the fourth, it's now Santa Barbara 27, the Braves 21. So the Braves have life, but they've got a challenge ahead of them. 3:22 to go, no timeouts, and they need a touchdown. What a chance for an epic comeback, huh?
Might be a few people remember this game anyway, right? Regardless how it ends up. But this would be a nice time for Mr. DeVille Dickerson to bust one.
The aforementioned Joker Dickerson back on his 5-yard line.
Last time Montgomery Cook had about 7 yards deep.
I'm sure that's the plan this time as well.
He's had a good night.
Yes, he has. Kick is away. Another nice high kick. It'll be returnable, however, from the 2. Dickerson's got it. Up the middle he goes. Out to the 25 or so before he's stacked up. So the Braves will be 75 yards from the end zone and a victory. They've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to get there. Trailing by 6. It's Santa Barbara 27, Lompoc 21. And the most crucial drive of the Braves season so far. Ball right at the Lompoc 25, 1st and 10 Braves. Here we go, folks. Strap in. The Braves will come out in a 4-receiver set. Ross from the shotgun. Looking to pass on first down. Throws this one complete on the far sideline and knocked out of bounds after a first down at the 37.
The pass from Ross is complete to Cabrillo. For a Lompoc Brave, first down.
First down Braves, good start, and out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:10. Quick pickup of 12 for Lompoc. Still no Leandre Coleman for the Braves.
Yeah, and we're having chain problems again.
Chain Gang having more trouble than anybody here tonight.
I guess this is the time to cue Bill to get set with. I've been working on the chain gang.
Yeah, time to cue that one up. Oh, but look out, they're going to bring out a substitute chain. Called an audible and made a substitution on the chain and try and work this thing out. I think the chain game might be first in line for the ice bath tonight. After all of this. Clock stop with 3:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Dons, after just making a field goal, lead this game 27-21, a 6-point lead on the Braves. Lompoc will have a 1st and 10 at their own 37. When and if we get back to action.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get there eventually. Both teams back out on the field, and
I think that the chain has a cramp. That's what's going on here. Okay, I think they got it figured out. Play ball, as they say. Well, maybe not. This is like a free timeout for the Braves, though, right? You can get some
functionally, yes,
some organization here, and maybe call a couple of plays.
And Santa Barbara's going to take advantage of that to give some additional instruction to some of the defensive backs over on the far side.
And you know what? The defense gets a little rest too, as well. So this is beneficial for them also.
This is kind of a quick reset here for everybody.
Don't know who benefits from this most, but I'm sure that the chain gang is just as frustrated as everybody else. I think they've got it lined up now, however, and we will get back to playing football.
And we've got the clock moving.
Okay. Pass complete to Ryan Morgan, his first catch of the night. Gets out to midfield, just across the 50-yard line to the 49 of the Dons. First down, Braves from there. Clock will stop long enough to move the chains. Hopefully the chains will move without error. And clock is running, 3 minutes remaining.
First down at the 49 of...
Okay, we have more chain problems.
Oh, good grief.
If you can believe it. The ball is at the 49-yard line. That is the Santa Barbara 49-yard line. Just across midfield.
The 51.
The 51. Yeah, the Lompoc 51. Okay, clock running, 2:54 and counting. We have a first down, Braves from the Santa Barbara 49-yard line. Ross takes the shotgun snap, takes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets hit hard at the line of scrimmage, forces his way down for a gain of about a yard, and a flag comes in late. And let's see what this is. This could be huge right here. Ross got about a yard on the carry is all. Took some punishment on the way down. Personal foul, blow to the head, Santa Barbara. That's 15 yards against the Dons. What a costly mistake. Move the ball all the way down to the Santa Barbara 33-yard line. First down, Lompoc.
2:39 remaining in regulation.
That's huge. 27-21 is the score. Santa Barbara leads by 6. The Braves on the march. And still some confusion with the chains. The marker is not where the ball marker is not where the first down marker was on first down. I don't get it. Clock running, 2:30. Here we go. High snap taken down by Ross. Looking deep on the near side. Thrown in, incomplete at the 10. Flag is down at the point of contact. Where is it? Nope. That was not a flag. It was a yellow something, but not a penalty flag. So it's simply an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 Lompoc from the 33. Clock stop with 2:26 to go. Boy, that looked like a flag. 2nd and 10. 2 receivers to either side for Lompoc. Ross bobbles the snap a little bit, gets a grip on it, rolls right, throws to the end zone into triple coverage, and this one will fall incomplete, and there is a flag. In the end zone.
And that was almost caught on the rebound by a diving Brave. I didn't see who it was, but they threw in the triple coverage. It hit somebody in the back, bounced up, and came within inches of being caught.
There is a flag down. It's going to be interference on somebody, but who? We do not have a call yet. They're still discussing it. Yeah, Santa Barbara seems to think it's good. They're going to wave it off. They're going to pick up the flag. No penalty. After discussion between the officials, no interference call. That's huge. We've got 2:19 left on the fourth quarter clock. It's 3rd down and 10 now for the Braves from the Santa Barbara 33. Lompoc trailing by 6. It's 27-21. Don's on top, and a crucial 3rd down play for Lompoc right here. Remember, they have no timeouts remaining. 4 receivers for Lompoc, 2 to either side. Ross takes the shotgun snap. Good protection. Throws across the middle, incomplete. And all of a sudden, it's 4th down. 2:14 left, 4th down and 10. The Braves need to at least get a first down to keep themselves alive here. So the biggest snap of the season so far for the Braves coming up right now, 4th and 10. Here we go. 2 receivers to either side. Coleman in the backfield. Canley in the backfield. Ross stops, throws into the end zone. Half a dozen people back there, and it falls down incomplete. No flags. Incomplete pass, and it's a turnover on downs for the Braves. And Santa Barbara will take over first and 10 at their own 33 with 2:05 left, and the Braves cannot stop the clock. Ross rolled to his right, planted, threw deep into the end zone. There was
there was a crowd.
Six guys there on the back end line, and a jump ball, and it fell down incomplete. And that could be it for the Braves with 2:05 left to go. The Dons have one timeout. The Braves have none. The Braves have to hope for some sort of a turnover. And the Dons come out on offense, and they are jumping up and down like they've got this one in the bag, and they might very well be right.
They might be right. They might not. 2 minutes is an awful long time.
Yep. Well, they could use a first down.
They could use a first down. Be interesting to see what they try and do here.
I would be stunned to see the ball in the air.
I might be tempted on first down to try something deep. See if they catch the Braves.
I don't think they'd want to do that and stop the clock and chance anything. With a 40-second play clock, you can kneel this thing out. Should be able to. And Deacon Hill will get under center and take a knee to roll the clock. The Braves cannot stop it. We're inside 2 minutes, and it'll roll down to somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 before they have to snap it again. Clock running, 1:39 and counting. The Dons in absolutely no hurry, and there's nothing at all the Braves can do except stand there and watch the seconds tick off of this one. And Deacon Hill just standing and watching it as well. Now we get under center and take the snap with 1:23. It'll be third down now after another loss of a couple. Third down and 13 now. 1:13 left and counting. They can take this one down all the way to, about 35 seconds or so. And the Dons just milking this thing all the way down, and the Braves are helpless.
What's the Dons mess it up and give a penalty here?
Under 45 seconds to go. Dons with a 6-point lead. They'll take a knee with under 40 seconds to go, which means they don't have to snap it again, folks. The Dons have come to Houck Stadium and stunned the Lompoc Braves with their first league loss in ages.
Well, since 2010, in Andrew Jones's first season.
Remember, they lost to Templeton in the game where they had 5 turnovers.
Yep. And the first Santa Barbara win since 1998.
It's final here at Houck Stadium, folks. A shocker. Santa Barbara comes to town and beats the Lompoc Braves by a final score of 27-21. That drops the Braves to 2-1 in league and vaults the Santa Barbara Dons to 3-0 and all alone in first place in the Channel League.
Yes, indeed.
And the celebration is underway on the Santa Barbara side of the field. And you know what? They deserve it. Yep. They played a great game, and they deserve the win tonight. The Braves just came up a little bit short.
Yes.
Santa Barbara, as we said, will be back here at Houck next week to take on the Cabrillo Conquistadors, and they will finish off their Channel League schedule the week after that on November 1st against the Dos Pueblos Chargers.
Yeah.
The Braves
be heavily favored in both those games.
Yeah. The Braves will be taking on San Marcos next week on a road game, and then coming back home as the visitor here at Houck to finish off their season against the crosstown rival Cabrillo Conquistadors. Both teams should be favored in both of those. So unless something unusual happens, this game could have just
decided the league championship.
Yep, indeed, in favor of the Dons. Holy cow.
Yeah. Well, I do know one thing that will be the result of this game, Rick.
What's that?
Next week, or next year, if these two teams play each other again, this is already circled on Jonesy's calendar.
Already. That is absolutely true. Well, we mentioned that Santa Barbara will be back here to play Cabrillo next week. We will be back here as well to bring you that game live here at 100.9 FM and KPEGradio.com. Hope you can join us for that. And we'll be bringing you scoring updates from the Lompoc San Marcos game as well from down south. So stick with us for that one. We hope you can join us. A shocker here at Houck Stadium tonight, however. Santa Barbara Dons come up on top of the Lompoc Braves by 6, 27-21, the final score. Wow.
Yeah. And let's see. How many has Lompoc lost this year? 3?
Yep.
This is the ties the highest number of losses that Lompoc has had under Andrew Jones.
Going back to 2010 again.
Going back to 2010 again. Well, and assuming that Lompoc does not win the CIF championship, at some point they will post loss number 4, which...
Yeah, that is true. Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up here from Houck Stadium tonight, and in the shocker, there's some stunned silence here in the press box, and some stunned people exiting in blue and white here on the side of the stadium.
Some jubilant Santa Barbara Dons.
Indeed. For Bill Smith back at the studio, from Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will see you again next week for Santa Barbara versus Cabrillo right here, pregame 6:45 with our coach's interview with Coach AJ Pateras, and kickoff is scheduled for 7 o'clock.
You sure you don't want to move that to 6:30 so you can get the entire Pateras interview in without having to cut it?
AJ does like to talk. We love to talk to him.
Yeah.
Has a lot to say. But we'll see you then at 6:45. For now, our final score here from Houck Stadium. Once again, the Santa Barbara Dons defeat the Lompoc Braves 27-21. So we will send you back to the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet until next week. Thank you, folks, for listening. This is 100.9 KPEG. Good night, everybody.